Welcome to the O Show with Orlana Darkins Drewery, your connection to events, topical interests, issues, and the movers and shakers in our city and in our world. And remember, if you would like to connect with me, you can visit my Instagram page at Orlana Darkins Drewery. Do you want to be successful and accomplished in your career or life in general? To be successful, not only do you need the right skills, but you also need to identify and address what's holding you back. Is it fear of what others may think of you? Are you afraid of publicly failing? Or maybe you think you're not good enough or qualified. Joining me today is Tiffany Huff Strothers, a life and storytelling coach that helps women increase their impact and income. She's an award-winning author and founder of the Tiffany Huff Experience, which is inclusive of the life-changing coffee and clarity sessions, and she's founder and executive director of When She Thrives. Tiffany, welcome to the O Show.
Hey, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so much. So let's dive right in. As I mentioned, you are an award-winning author, sought-after speaker, mentor to countless women, and a domestic violence survivor and advocate. So this wasn't something that you worked on being. This path to empower others was sort of something you fell into, or at some point in your life you were called to?
Absolutely. A little bit of both. I feel like the work chose me. I didn't choose it. And I'm sure God had a lot to do with that as well. So definitely not the path that I thought I would be on at this point in my life, but I love it here. I love the work that I do.
Now, you have a book called 30 Day Stay. It's a very transparent look into your life as you share in the book. But tell us your motivation behind writing it, because the book is very courageous and very transparent.
I feel like that's a loaded question, but so when I was enduring the experience, I had a yellow legal pad that I carried around in the shelter. And I told everybody, like, I'm gonna write a book about it. This experience is crazy. But I wanted to be an author since I was a very little girl. And in my mind, I hadn't published a book yet because I just couldn't decide which book I would write first. But the reality was that I did not want to tell that story. I did not want to become the poster child for domestic violence. And God made it expressly clear, if I didn't write that book, I wouldn't write any other books. So I'm glad that it was actually an act of obedience, but through the process, I really became free and also found the power of my voice and my story to be able to create change and help other people.
That's beautiful. And that book actually birthed another book. I believe it was a collaboration of other women. It was Empower Moments, 31.
So actually, Empower Moments was published just before 30 Days.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so I first met you during 30 Day Stay.
Yes. It preceded 30 Day Stay, only by a couple of months, though. They were both published in 2017.
Okay.
But
so
yes, I did
about that book. So what was that book about?
That book is like, it is like your prayer group that you can put in your purse and take with you everywhere. It's like one day for all of these different topics that a woman could grow through in any given season or period of her life, equipped with some encouraging words, a scripture, and a prayer. So it's something you can have for your morning devotion, but also have in your bag when you're having a bad day and you just need a word of encouragement. Pull that out, 5 minutes, get what you need, and keep it pushing.
Okay. So addition to the books and the book appearances, you also have a nonprofit organization you founded called When She Thrives. Share with us its mission and what was the motivation behind creating it.
So When She Thrives was actually born of the experience that I wrote about in 30 Day Stay. I ended up in a domestic violence shelter, homeless overnight, literally, with 2 very small children. And what I learned is that a lot of the programs and services that are purposed to help were very harmful. I was at an advantage, even though I had the worst physical injury, I was at an advantage in that I had education, I had a support system, I had even a vehicle. And I realized that a lot needed to change for women to be able to heal and be better mothers. And so that was the impetus for When She Thrives. Our mission is to empower single moms to move their families from poverty to prosperity through education, advocacy, personal and professional development. And we do our work from the inside out with a holistic and multi-generational approach. So if we're serving a mom, we also serve her children.
Okay. And are you able to share what some of those programs are?
Absolutely. We have a program through which we help single moms become published authors and entrepreneurs. And after we publish the anthology this year, we will be in excess of 60 women we've helped become authors and entrepreneurs. We also have programs that run the gamut of rapid response crisis prevention program, and also Women Write on Wednesdays, which is like a weekly drop-in safe space for moms to come and just take a deep breath. They can write if they want to write, or just have an adult conversation. We always have childcare for all of our programming, so that's never a burden. So Women Write on Wednesdays is something that you can get involved with at any point and come in and have a respite for yourself. And you don't have to be a single mom for that. Any woman is welcome.
That was my next question. And then When She Thrives, you are hosting an event that's coming up for anyone who may want to support this effort. Can you share information about that?
Yes. So the Art of Thriving is happening at the end of March. Thankfully, we have you to be our awesome auctioneer again. And the Art of Thriving is really an opportunity to do two things. It's actually a double entendre. It is about art, right? It is an art auction through which we raise money to support our programs that I just shared about. But it's also about the art of being able to thrive. So there will be some self-care stations there. There will be some opportunity to connect with other people, network, begin to build your own personal Thrive Tribe, and really get direct insight into the work that we do with the moms and the children that we serve. So if you were there last year, you have no idea how it's going to be upgraded this year. You do not want to miss it.
Well, first of all, so last year was your first year hosting it, correct?
Yes, last year was the very first year hosting it.
So
And it was very successful.
yes, so I was the auctioneer, but I was not, and I speak for everyone there. They didn't ask my permission, but I'm speaking for everyone there. It was not your typical event. Like, I think we all thought it was going to be like, okay, we're going to auction off some art. It's going to benefit an organization. We're going to eat some hors d'oeuvres and go home. And
Right.
it was not that at all.
Well, a large part of our work is around storytelling. And so we really center the art and being able to share the stories of some of the moms who are in our programming. And this year, we are, spoiler alert, adding the youth component to it. So you're going to be wowed for sure.
Bring a box of tissue.
Yes.
You know what? It was empowering though. So some of the stories you were like, oh my gosh, but you left empowered because how each story had a climax. Like, I started here, but once I went through the program, I saw myself as this, and now I'm here. So there was like this upswing, and that's what made it empowering. You incorporated and coupled arts, hors d'oeuvres, like the evening with these powerful stories that no one was expecting to be that. And then, it was just good to meet different people because it was a mix of people. It wasn't like the after work professional crowd. It was like it was that working moms. Like, it was
very diverse.
Yes, it was a nice mix of people in one room.
Yes. And that is part of the art of thriving, right? Like, we need diversity. We need different people around us to support us and encourage us and challenge us. And so we are very, really intentional when we curate an event, when we curate a space, not only for our moms, but for those who support our work and, those in the families and communities of our moms who are always also welcome. So yes, it's definitely going to be a dynamic night.
Now you're the founder and executive director of When She Thrives, but there's also the Tiffany Huff experience. So share with us what that's about.
So the Tiffany Huff experience is ultimately a personal and professional development program, or excuse me, personal and professional development company that really centers storytelling in helping individuals and organizations increase their impact and income. So through the Tiffany Huff experience, I do both one-on-one and group life and storytelling coaching. And I also facilitate a monthly group coaching program for women called Coffee and Clarity.
And talk about Coffee and Clarity, because I remember Coffee and Clarity when I went to, I went to two versions. One, I think, was at a Panera Bread.
Yes.
Then I went to another one, which was like a Coffee and Clarity, but it was in conjunction with a podcast you were doing.
Yes.
But
yes.
Coffee and Clarity, if you're a woman who loves coffee and you are in need of some clarity, maybe you don't love coffee, but you're in need of some clarity.
I was going to say, you don't have to love coffee.
This is the spot
when juice and water. Yes. So if you, dang, I didn't know you were there at Panera. Panera was like,
that was like gradually. Yes, I know.
So Coffee and Clarity started because I recognized, as I was on my journey of personal and spiritual growth, and as well as an entrepreneur, there was no space for me. There was nowhere where people like me could go and say, I don't know how to do this. I'm struggling with this. I don't know why God is telling me this. And so I created the space because it was what I needed. And so what it is an experience, right? I use the words group coaching because it's the simplest way to explain it, but it really is an experience through which a safe space where women can come in. I like to say, just get naked. It's topic based, and it is very conversational, but it's an opportunity for you to get the ahas that you need, also be called out to get out of your own way, and get the support that you need to do both in a non-judgmental space.
And I like how you said get called out, because and it's actually refreshing, because if you are looking for a space where you and the women who are attending will call you out and just say, no, like, you're the problem, or you need to do X, Y, and Z. And you guys do that in a loving way where it's not like this group of women's complaining, but it's you're sharing your story and you actually leave with solutions.
Absolutely.
Like, no one leaves without a solution. And that part, like, we're not leaving. Like, I know it's over an hour, but Susie still needs a solution, and we're not leaving until she gets one.
Yes, indeed. I've seen so much transformation, not only in the attendees, but for myself through the experiences at Coffee and Clarity. I will venture to say every woman needs to attend at least once.
Yeah. It's definitely it's eye-opening, it's refreshing, but it really is truth driven. Like, there's no sugarcoating, there's no
No. But it's all in love. It's all in love.
It is. Like, and again, and that's why I say, if you're a woman, seriously, like, you're looking for clarity, you really need help in direction, whatever that is, your job, your family,
relationship.
Right.
Yes.
It really is. You actually do leave with clarity. And a lot of places, a lot of times you don't. You may share your story and still leave as the same way you came.
Yeah. So one of the great things about it now is every other month it's virtual. So I was getting a lot of slack from people outside of the city who cannot make it, but want to experience it. So now I've started doing it online. So in March it'll be in person, and then in April it'll be virtual.
Nice. I want to go back to When She Thrives. So when, where, how much, where can people get more information?
When She Thrives at www.whenshethrives.org. If you go to the website and click events, you can find all of the information about the art of thriving. And you can find everything at whenshethrives.org/connect. It'll give you access to everything from making a donation to the registration for WOW or the Art of Thriving, for sure. The tickets for the Art of Thriving are $50. They are on sale now, and this is an event that will sell out.
Oh, yes, it will sell out. It was a packed house there last year. And then talk a little bit more about WOW. Want to just circle back to that again.
So WOW, again, is an acronym for Women Write on Wednesdays, and it is really a safe space for you to come into and like get that deep breath that you need. Like if you're waiting to exhale, if you're excited about something, if you're anxious about something, you know, there's always dinner, there's always childcare. The mood is set. We have candles lit. It's a very nice ambiance, and a group of women who are excited to welcome you and support you. And it's topic based. So there's always a topic for what to write about, but you can come in and create it and make it the space that you want or need it to be on any given Wednesday.
Women Write on Wednesday. Again, what type of woman should go? Is this someone who aspires to be an author, or is it just the therapy of writing out your story?
This is about a woman who needs a safe space with other women and has not been able to find it, who just needs a release, or who wants to be around other, like I said, adult women. You get tired of only having conversations about Coco Melon with your children, you know? So it doesn't, if you're aspiring to be an author, it's the space for you. If you just need a woo-saw, it's the space for you. You don't have to be trying to write a bestseller. It's about the healing that comes from that release.
I love it. Tiffany Huff Strothers, author, speaker, founder of When She Thrives and of the Tiffany Huff Experience. Thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Very, very, very good information. Women listening, visit her website. Her website actually has everything. The Tiffany Huff, oh, sorry, wait, is it the Tiffany Experience or Tiffany Huff Experience?
TiffanyHuffExperience.com. You were right.
I think I wrote it wrong though. So let's see if I could get it right up on here. Here we go. The Tiffany Huff Experience.
No, just Tiffany Huff Experience.
So you know, with the Shine Award, so we put the in front of everything.
Okay. Well, that is how I am, like on social media everywhere. I'm the Tiffany Huff.
Okay, so I didn't imagine it.
It's TiffanyHuffExperience.com. Yeah.
Okay, so the website is Tiffany Huff Experience. And then whenshethrives.org. Whenshethrives.org. Thank you so much for sharing, ladies. Please visit these platforms to get more information. I look forward to seeing everyone at the Art of Thriving. That's going to be exciting. And please follow Tiffany Huff. She's on all social medias. And is it Tiffany Huff or Tiffany Huff Experience on all socials?
It's the Tiffany Huff. So THE Tiffany Huff, yes.
All right. Follow her. And you know, when you follow her too, you will get a little dose of inspiration every morning. You'll get a little clarity every morning. Whether you want it or not, it's going to be clarity. Some clarity. I'm like, oh, that was good clarity. And some clarity, like, oh, okay, she's speaking to me. Yeah. Guess I needed that clarity today. Again, thank you so much for sharing, and thank you all for listening. And this is the O Show with Orlana Darkins Drewery. Until next time, keep shining.